let's begin with, can you distinguish the difference between a precautionary HDO and an HDO?
Okay, so it's all about the timing. When is it actually filed? So a precautionary hold departure order, so by the term of precautionary, meaning na before the complaint is lodged with the courts, before trial has commenced, ano yan, specifically during the conduct of preliminary investigation for the DOJ, dun siya ina-apply. So that's where we, just as a precaution, in anticipation of the fact that these respondents or individuals may evade prosecution, yung tinatawag nating flight risk. So it's all about when exactly you file it. A hold departure order, on the other hand, is filed during the conduct of the proceedings before the courts. So doon na yun mismo, as to the effect, they're pretty much the same.
All right. And what made Bonoan understand that he had been already given permission by the DOJ?
Well, Ms. Cess, I'd like to clarify. Permission is something that, permission to travel is not something that the DOJ can give. Kasi ano yan we are not, again, just to echo Secretary Vida, the right to travel is constitutional. That goes into the personal liberty of a person. It's a constitutional right, and as we know, only the courts have the power to adjudicate or control rights. And so far as the DOJ is concerned, any permission that he may have requested with the DOJ was simply a gesture of perhaps his good faith. But at the end of the day, because of the precautionary hold departure order, it's really the courts now who have control over whatever right he has to travel.
So what former Secretary Bonoan said was because he misunderstood it?
Well, you could perhaps, that's a I think an accurate way to put it. What we know, what the prosecutor handling the case did tell us is that former Secretary Bonoan filed a manifestation before them, asking for an earlier date to file his counter affidavit. So he wanted to file earlier, on the ground that he was going to visit his wife in the United States. Now, whether or not, I mean, irrespective of the reason, the prosecutors would have granted him, exercise leniency in granting him that earlier date to file. But again, the right to travel is constitutional. It's not for the DOJ to control or to dictate upon, no?
So, Attorney, my understanding is a precautionary hold departure order. That is kumbaga, nabibigay ito ng regional trial court upon the request of the DOJ, tama ba? And also, it can be lifted temporarily by that same RTC, but it has to be the court that you ask, and it has to be them that actually makes the decision to lift it.
Very correct. It's an accurate way to describe it. Just to explain the process of how the PHDO is applied for. It begins upon the filing of a motion by the complainant. In this case, it's the NBI. Sila nag-file ng complaint before the DOJ for these cases, or for this plunder case specifically. So upon filing of the motion, claiming that, alleging that these respondents may be flight risks, the DOJ prosecutor then, in charge of conducting the preliminary investigation, files the proper application with the court, that being, in this case, RTC Manila, requesting for the issuance of the precautionary hold departure order on the ground that there is the law says, the wording of the law says that there is a high probability that the respondent may evade arrest or prosecution. So flight risk.